Hey everybody, welcome to the last week of the course here, week 5. So some of you, well, all of you are through the course. A few of you may be through with the program, so congrats. Others, you're pretty much nearing the finish. So good for you on that too. I'll see some of you in the next term again. Got the scenery up here. My little bit of motivation or inspiration or topic this week is about life, school, not a marathon. I mean, it is a marathon. I'm sorry. Life is a marathon, so is school. It's not a sprint. So, and like I say, you've already learned that getting this far. So good for you. Um, I also want to add on there that sometimes you might need a little help on the way. Sometimes we all struggle with things. Be it school and other things that need some help, and that's okay too. The point is, finishing, getting it done, giving it your best. And you've seen this before with me, so to give anything less than your best is sacrificing the gift. Again, if you being able to do school here, that is an opportunity not everybody gets, um, and it's a gift. And some people, even when they get to start, don't ever get to finish. So you've come this far, so just hang in there, get it done. Um, and just I like this one too. I run because I can. When I get tired, I remember those who can't run and what they gave to have the simple gift I take for granted. So, and sometimes you get into routines and things, and we take for granted what we have, and don't realize what the gifts we get and opportunities. So that's my whole point on that there. So, all right, last week of the course here. Um, yeah, the discussions and reaction papers, current events. Like I say, all of you have been doing this a while now, so I mean it's pretty much routine for you. So good work there. Uh, Upcoming weeks here, we got 3 chapters: 13, 14, and 15. 13 is importing, exporting, and counter trade, import-export business, global production, outsourcing, logistics, global marketing, research and development. And just from my own experience, being that I'm a little bit older, um, I remember in a time like back in the 70s when, um, growing up 60s, 70s, and joining the army in mid 70s, things like that. But um, things like foreign cars, like I mean, there was people in the world who outright hated Toyotas. I mean, and my first car that I actually bought was a $3,000 Toyota Corolla in 1976. But people would yell at me for driving that car, un-American, blah blah blah. Um, and the world has changed as far as the perspective of global economy now. Um, product quality, things like that. Competition is good. Um, History has shown that over the decades that, one of the reasons the American car companies make better vehicles now is competition. Um, I remember, all the American cars I had, you know, uh, every every week having to fix something. So, I mean, competition is good because it forces competitors to do better at what they do. That's got to do with the global perspective. Outsourcing thing, there are some, I would say, personal opinion, there are some bad things about it, but there's good things about it. Um, because outsourcing or and it has to do with the other chapter here, import export. If something got sent overseas and then it's getting imported, there are jobs, and there's an equal number of jobs created by lost jobs. And yeah, it's bad for people who are losing jobs, but depending on those companies, or depending on sometimes unions have a big thing that have a big issue with it. And not to get into the union discussion here, but um, a lot of companies like GM, the bailouts we had to do some years back had to do with wages and benefits and things like that. And there's a fix somewhere out there to make a good wage, but at the same time, you know, there's just a lot of issues that go involved there. So that's why you're going to school, you're learning stuff, and maybe you can figure out ways to fix things down the road. You never know. So there you go. All right. Just real quick, make sure we got everything here. Da, 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 da. All right, so you got your chapters, um, presentation, discussion, quiz and final exam, and eval. I always ask you guys to do the evals. Let us know if there's anything in the course that was, incorrect, if there was typo or a quiz question that was wrong, or something you notice that needs fixing, or if everything's great, hey, everything's great. So just let us know. That way, we can, correct things that need to be corrected. And okay, with that, I'm going to let you go. Only other thing is my little test question. So this one, you can let me know. I got the 8-month-old and 4.5, almost 5. So what's going on here? And with that, I will let you go. Have a great week. I enjoyed it. I'll see a lot of you next term. And if this is your last one, some of you have already let me know this is your last course. But if it is, let me know. And with that, let you all go. So have a great week. That's it. Take care.